Hello and welcome back to the process of elimination. My name is Mary Dennis, and last time we got down to the nitty-gritty of the case. We found out how the murder was committed by using wires to extend the spike to be right above the body, and then we kind of closed the bed into the wall just to make it so that the spike ran right through Dolfo's body. And we found that the only person that actually would have the liability to do this would be Workaholic Detective. And after finding out more details from Renegade, Workaholic kind of breaks, runs for it, and now we're kind of chasing him through this tunnel. We got to talk about, the stuff about 10 years ago, and how Workaholic was actually the diabolical detective, and how he actually kidnapped a whole bunch of children, including us. And that was really surprising. While chasing Workaholic, we also fought with a SPX unit, the white one, and we ended up beating it really easily this time, earning the trust of more of our members. And now we're just gonna continue through this passageway. So, let's go.
大丈夫。この部屋は安全そうだよ。
Okay,
みん
we're
なも
safe.
入ってきて。
Oh, okay. I wonder how many SPX units there are, like, total.
でも残念なことに行き止まりだね。また別の道を探さないと。
No, we must look for a secret passage, like we have been for the last 3 times. After exiting the intricate passageway, we find ourselves in a closed-off square room. It's identical to the one that I was in before, making my way back to the dungeon half a day ago, save for one significant change.
おかしいな。以前に僕がこの部屋に来た時には四方に通路が開いていたんだけど。
Secret passage.
全く同じ見た目の部屋がいくつもあるのかもしれないね。来た証拠に壁のどこかにマークをつけておこうか。
Come to think of it, there was usage of fluorescent paint, but that never came up. I completely forgot about that in the last case.
よーし、我がここに大きく探偵同盟の紋章を。無能殿、こちらへ来てはもらえないか。
Do we have an emblem? There are strange characters engraved into the wall near armor.
見たことない文字ね。どこの言語かしら。
私の知る限り、世界中のどの言語、どの時代の文字にも当てはまりません。と、少女は自らの記憶との照合結果を口にする。
文学さんの知識量でも読み解けないということは、オリジナルの言語である可能性が高そうですね。
An original
もしかし
language.
たら、暗号文かもしれませんよ。
どうしてこんなところに暗号が。
さすがは庶民。あまりにも鈍いですわね。無能さん、あなたが前にこの部屋を訪れた際は四方に道が続いていたのでしょ。
Okay.
ええ、そうですよ。だから通るときにはどこの通路から行けばいいのかわからなくて困りました。
見てごらんなさい。よく見ると四方の壁にうっすらと切れ込みが入っているのがわかりますわ。
Not really.
おそらくあの切れ込みは壁が動作することを示すもの。何らかのアクションを起こすことで無能さんが見たという通路は開通するのでしょう。そして武装さんが見つけた暗号こそが開通の鍵に違いありませんわ。先へ進むにはこの暗号を解く必要があるのです。
I mean, that was kind of obvious.
なるほど。ますます映画に出てくる迷宮みたいですね。
I just can't do anything without seeing the script. Pasha's theory may just be right on the mark, for once. Workaholic was in league with whoever confined me in this dungeon as well as this labyrinth all those years ago. He'd know how to work the hidden passage here. If he sealed the way behind him to shake us off, that explains why the room looks different this time.
きっと通路が閉じられたのは社畜さんの仕業です。彼の後を追うためにも早く仕掛けを解かないと。
私にお任せなさい。この程度の暗号、ピンカートン家の名にかけて鮮やかに解いてみせますわ。
I feel like if the Pinkertons actually saw or played this game, they'd be like, why did they make this person so incompetent?
面白くなってきたね。果たしてそんなにうまくいくかな。
Oh, okay, there it is. I have no idea how to decipher this. It looks like a language. Like I've definitely seen some of these marks before, but I have no idea. We can't pursue workaholics unless we somehow solve the cipher. We gotta figure it out somehow. So, like, you can see, like, certain marks show up a lot. Like, the cross in the first one on the top part appears in the second and the third box as well. There's some... I'm not sure.
四角形で囲まれているってことは、これでひとまとまりってことだよね。
I think so.
うん、そう考えるのが自然だけど、なんだか妙だね。
Is this like find the next one in the pattern because the last one is blank?
妙って？
これはおそらく独自のルールを持つ架空の言語。でもそのルールが今一つ見えてこないんだよ。
一部に共通点は確認できます。ですが、共通点を持つ部分が文字の上だったり下だったり、とにかく不規則なんです。
やっぱり文学さんの記憶力でもそう感じるんだね。僕もざっと共通点を探ってみたんだけど、あまりにも不規則すぎるんだ。
家族探偵がズバッと解決してくだされば話は早いんですがね、と少女は皮肉っぽく笑う。
Yeah, just solve it, Posh. Just solve it.
大丈夫だよ。家族さんはもちろんだけど、僕たち全員で挑めばこれくらいの暗号はきっと解けるさ。
Several hours later, we're still studying the cipher on the wall. Each of us had tried to deduce the rules of the script, but we still don't have even the slightest clue. Things have been on the move non-stop since Rowdy's murder this morning, and everybody is exhausted. My own forehead is streaming with perspiration.
ごめん、無能くん。ちょっと休憩するね。
なんだか妙に暑い気がするが、気のせいであろうか。
You could take off your armor.
いや、僕も暑いと思うよ。
Oh. Is that going to be a reoccurring, like a thing in this room? Is this room going to slowly get hotter and hotter? The dungeon was chilly, but this underground labyrinth was strangely humid. Maybe there's a heater on somewhere. It feels like a sauna set to mild. If we push ourselves too hard, we could end up collapsing from heat stroke.
ピンカートン家の末裔である私がこの程度の暗号で。
Only Posh manages to still maintain her composure. She's been glaring at the cipher in this heat for hours without even wiping the sweat from her brow.
家族さん、そろそろ休憩にしませんか？先ほどから汗がすごいですよ。
She's feeling it. She's feeling her ineptitude, and she has to make up for it.
余計なお世話ですわ。私はこの暗号を解くったら解くのです。
無理してひたむきに頑張るその顔、そそるな。でも悪いけど、俺は休ませてもらうよ。寿命を縮めたくはないからね。
I get the feeling he already knows it. As Renegade Detective sits on the floor, all the other detectives, aside from Posh, follow suit, looking completely and utterly spent. Posh frowns in consternation at everyone else's behavior, refusing to take a seat as she continues staring at the cipher.
勝手になさい。私には庶民と違って成し遂げたい野望があるのですわ。
Oh my god, I can see where this is going. At least I think. She's gonna end up collapsing and then we have to carry her and she's gonna be more of a liability again.
このようなところでつまずいていられるものですか。私は必ず生きて帰らねばならないのですから。
非効率おばさん。
Yes!
少女は皮肉の言葉を口にする。
Tell her, you useless old hag!
そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。家族さんはただ一生懸命なだけなんだから。
I shut down Bookworm's comment and move her far away from Posh so that her voice is out of earshot.
無能探偵は甘すぎです。あんな自己中のおばさんにはガツンと一発かまさないといけませんよ。少女はお箱の武器を構えていった。
Time to whip out the book again, and Renegade's like, ooh, ow, back my head still hurts. It was just this morning.
かましちゃダメ。それに本を武器みたいに構えるのもダメ。そもそも本は人を叩くのに使っちゃダメだよ。
It did save us at one point.
ダメダメ。大人は何でもダメダメ。ダメダメダメダメダメダメダメダメというわけですね。少女は今時の子供にはわからないネタを口にした。
I do not know that reference. Good adults always say no.
それにしてもなぜあそこまでプライドを優先するのでしょうか。理解に苦しみますと少女はずっと気になっていた疑問を口にする。
Okay, so Chapter 4 is going to be the posh episode. If we get close to her, she dies. If not, then she's going to be the suspect. Or maybe even the culprit. I don't know, but she's going to be relevant in this chapter in some way, probably. She has a good point. I've been wondering the same. Posh's demeanor makes it clear that she comes from a prestigious lineage. Why, then, would she be willing to choose to expose herself to the dangers of being a detective? It doesn't make any sense.
お姉さんが知っていることだけでも内緒で教えてあげましょうか。
Gourmet draws close to Bookworm as she makes her offer. Both nod so Posh won't overhear, after which Gourmet begins speaking, her eyes distant.
二人はピンカートン探偵社については知ってる？
Yes, they will get people for their board games. Okay. Oh, wait, we have a decent number of new ones, actually. Huh, I wonder when we got that. We already saw the wire saw, though. Don't know why that's still considered new. Pinkerton National Detective Agency. In a certain country is a historical detective agency whose name is known by all. Founded by Alan Pinkerton, a detective famed for foiling an assassination attempt on the president. His fame soon spreads across the globe as his practice expands to cover presidential security, routing out spies, gathering intelligence on governmental organizations, and tracking criminals as they work in the shadows, all in the interest of national security. One theory even posits that the FBI itself may be modeled after the Pinkertons. As the world continues to modernize, however, many of their intelligence activities become outlawed. With local police forces on the rise, the public gradually grew estranged from the Pinkertons. These days, the organization is not believed to engage in any detective work. Did they bring justice or corruption? Were they heroes or villains? Merciful saviors or harbingers of death? Only time will tell how their history is told. And right now, I believe they're not in the best of spots. Yeah. The case of the sea turtle soup. Oh, wait. I've seen all these. Yeah. This is the one with Gourmet. The Endless Night was the one with Workaholic. And the Chofu Murder Torso was with Downtown. I wonder why. I swear I read them before. Huh. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't save after reading them last time. Anyways.
実は本や映画でたまに名前を聞くくらいでよく知りません。
少女は深い深いため息をついた。そして無知な無能探偵に代わって詳細を語っていく。
I'm just saying, you sighed, and then your explanation, your third person explanation was longer than your actual dialogue.
ピンカートン探偵社。大統領暗殺を未然に防いだことで著名な探偵アラン・ピンカートンが設立した世界中でも特に名高い探偵社です。大統領の身辺警護からスパイの摘発、政府が期待する組織への諜報活動から犯罪者の追跡まで、彼らの功績は挙げればキリがありません。
Yeah, I just read all of this too.
大統領からも信頼されるなんてすごい組織だね。家族さんが。
ええ。ですがその功績は国家の命令で民衆に紛れ込み不穏な動きを見せた者を冷酷に追い込んだ結果でもあります。そのイメージから創作では敵役として扱われることも少なくありません。当時の人々にとって恐怖の対象としてのイメージが根強いということです。
Yeah, they're not in the best spot.
良くも悪くも探偵という職のイメージを決定づけた歴史的な会社、それがピンカートン探偵社と言えるでしょう。
ええ、その通りよ。ピンカートン社は探偵の歴史を語る上で避けては通れない存在だけど、それももう昔の話なの。ピンカートン探偵社の名声は徐々に忘れ去られて、今では別の会社に買収され、警備事業が主となっているわ。
え、そうなんですか。それだけ有名な探偵会社でも落ちぶれるものなんですね。
And what a dive it was.
近代化が進むにつれ、諜報活動は法律で禁じられ、警察組織も充実しましたから、民衆に忌避されるピンカートン社とは縁を切りたかったのでしょうね。一説ではかの FBI はピンカートン探偵社を参考に作られたと言われています。
That was also in the lexicon.
国家のために尽力し評価もされたのに縁を切られるとは皮肉ですよねと、少女はかつての英雄の顛末に同情しつつ語った。
私はピンカートンが英雄か悪かなんて議論するつもりはないわ。でも彼らが数多くの犯罪を解決したのは紛れもない事実。
If they're so good though, how do we end up with this? She's so dumb.
その事実すら忘れ去られていくなんて残酷よね。家族ちゃんは幼い頃から昔の偉業を聞かされてきたというから、その悲しみは計り知れないわ。だからこそ彼女はピンカートン家の再興のためにわざわざ日本の地で探偵会社を立ち上げて懸命に探偵事業を続けているの。
Like, this I have no problem with. Her trying to restore her family name, sure, but the way that she treats everyone as less than her constantly, even though they're clearly not, is what really just irritates me to no end.
明けぬ夜事件が起きて以降、年々犯罪率が上がり続けるこの国こそ探偵が最も求められていると信じてね。探偵序列5位という実績は伊達じゃないわ。偉大なピンカートン家の名を背負って誰よりも必死にあがいてきた努力の子、それが家族ちゃんなのよ。
Are you sure it isn't for show? Did she somehow buy her way in?
それは生き残るために必死になるのも当然ですねと、少女は先ほど自らが口にした軽口を後悔する。
The thing is, like, everyone has like a specialty. We haven't seen it being used for Posh yet. Hers is distinguishing fakes between, I forgot exactly what the wording was. It was aesthetic eye, I believe, which should allow her to distinguish between forgeries, but like that has not been used at all, and we're like several hours into the game now. I think this is episode like 14 or something.
自分が死んだら一族最高の夢も途絶えるんだもんね。
I glance at Posh from the side and spot traces of tears on her face. Normally, this would just make her seem tough, but now I think that she looks like she's striving to overcome a hidden bitterness. Staring at her from this angle, I'm somehow reminded of Workaholic after he revealed his true colors. He was even known as Diabolic Detective before. What could have driven him to bloody his hands as a killer once again? He hasn't told us why yet, but seems like he's grappling with a heavy weight of his own. Like Posh, there must be something he seeks to accomplish, even if it means committing murder. The pride of a distinguished family. What's it like bearing the responsibility of an entire organization like that? Right now, I don't have any grand convictions or resolutions. There's no way I could ever be like Posh. But there is something even I can do.
事情は分かったんですが、彼女、社長にしてはポンコツすぎませんか？
Yeah.
少女は率直な疑問を口にした。
Tell it like it is.
普段は彼女を慕う社員たちと共に推理を行っているというから、一人では本領を発揮できないのかもしれないわね。
Oh, she's got that reinforcement. She's been raised, pampered.
それなら僕も家族さんを手伝います。
無能ちゃん？
I rush over to Posh, unable to take it anymore. My sudden approach startles Posh, who blinks at me with a look of astonishment.
何の用ですの？私は高貴な身、庶民の手など借りませんわ。他の皆さんと一緒に休んでいなさい。
高貴な身だからこそ庶民を使うべきだと思いますよ。上流階級の方は庶民を導く存在じゃないですか。
He's manipulating her.
一人で解けない謎があるならリーダーとして 僕に推理をするよう命じればいいんですよ。
Posh tilts her head in befuddlement.
つまりどういうことですの？
つまり誰かに手伝ってもらってもピンカートン家の名は汚れない。いやむしろ誰かに手伝わせてこそピンカートン家ということです。
Oh my god. She's so dumb. Oh.
なるほどなるほど。
Posh looks unsure, her head still tilted on one side. But after a moment, she smacks her hand with a sense of determination, flashing her usual prideful smile.
そうですわね。あなたの言う通りですわ。私としたことが庶民に役割を与えないだなんてピンカートン家失格でしたわ。
They'd probably be pretty happy for that too. You've already been selling their name.
無能さん、私の命令に従ってしっかりと謎を解くんですのよ。
Posh's laughter echoes loudly across the room. Suffice to say, she's back to her normal self.
調子が良すぎませんかと少女は呆れてため息をついた。
落ち込むのも早いけど立ち直るのはもっと早い。これが家族ちゃんの強みよ。さあ私たちもそろそろ推理に戻りましょうか。こんな暗号で足止めを食ってなどいられないものね。
Whoa. An odd little jingle awakens me with a jolt. Oh, it's day 6 morning now. Once my mind is fully booted up, I see the cipher room we arrived in last night. Oh god, my D-pad says it's 7 a.m. That melody must have been set to play so that we don't lose track of time. We've been underground for several days now. It's nice to have something that keeps my body rhythm from getting askewed. Yeah, that makes sense. This is because, like, in the dungeon, we were able to tell day from night because the lights get turned off during night. But, so we have a sense of schedule, but now it's kind of like, it's always the same.
おはようワト君。昨日は遅くまで随分と頑張っていたみたいだね。
ああ、そうか。僕らは暗号とにらめっこしている間に寝落ちして。
Do you know what it is? I vaguely recall where we left off. We seemed to be getting closer, but we couldn't quite hit on the solution. After I started to help out Posh, the others finished resting up and joined in. We then spent most of the night discussing the cipher. Bookworm found some partial regularities, but they didn't apply to the entire text, so we have yet to piece things all together. Even Holmes has been racking her brain about this, saying that she's never seen anything like it. Damn it.
おはよう無能君。ごめんね。僕も眠っちゃっていたみたいで。
自称リーダーさんも寝ているし、ノーカウントで良いでしょう。
She's snoring.
と少女は庶民的に眠る家族探偵を指さして言った。
Pointing at that plebeian manner in which Posh Detective slept.
スピースピー。
Posh sits on the ground, her face turned towards the cipher as though she's trying to read it in her sleep. Even when passed out, she still has her head in the game. Talk about dedication. A laugh escapes from my mouth at the sight of it.
よっぽど疲れているみたいだし、しばらく寝かせてあげようよ。
そうだね。家族さんが眠っている間に暗号を解いてびっくりしてもらおうか。
すべては偉大なるピンカートン家のためにと少女は皮肉っぽく笑っていった。
We resume working on the cipher, chatting away as we go. And while we do...
ほら、ちゃんとケーキは2人で半分こにしなさい。
上流階級なんだったらケーキくらい一人一つずつあげてくださいよ。
文学さん素が出てるよ。
Oh, whoa, she didn't even talk in third person. Your true self is speaking out.
ケーキを半分こか。ピンカートン家の苦労が忍ばれるね。
そもそもケーキを半分こってどういう。
Why have a cake to be... Wow, that's gonna be related, isn't it? Is the text actually cut in half?
あれ、なんとなくこの文字を四角ごとに考えていたけど、 本当にその区切りで合ってるのかな。
Are we supposed to split it from top and bottom? And then it forms a word? I am not really sure.
どういう意味？それ以外に区切りはないかと思うけど。
なるほど。文字を半分こにするんですね。と、少女は無能探偵の発想を字に表してみた。
Bookworm picks up a pebble and scratches lines across the characters in the wall. Yeah, so... once we do that, I still am not sure what it says. Do we look at it from the side? I mean, the only thing I can really recognize is, like, it looks like on the third box on the bottom it says 13. I've seen that, like, before, but I still don't quite get it. Is there a pattern to it? That's actually how I was originally looking at this.
確かにどの文字も中心で半分に分けられるものばかりだ。
つい先入観でこの四角形にとらわれすぎていただけで、一つの四角形に二文字ずつ入っていたんじゃないかな。
なるほど。だから一部には法則性が見られていたんだね。そこに気づければもっと早く解けたかもしれないのに。
この状態なら法則性を見つけるのも簡単そうです。早速取り掛かりましょう。と、少女は暗号の解読を再開する。
Now we're gonna give more positive reinforcement to Posh. And less than an hour later.
頭と尾の四角を押さえよ。つまり、この始めと終わりの四角形を同時に押し込めば。
Oh, she pressed her fingers on the box at the ends of the writing on the wall, upon which the surrounding walls start to change. Wow, that was easy. I guess. Okay, it wasn't easy to decipher, but I guess they somehow got it. The wall shifts, revealing several new passages. I wonder if it's like related to something in Japanese. I am not sure. It's probably an original cipher. Looks like she had the right idea. After spending so much time deciphering this, the group can't rest high-fiving one another at this to another. She was sleeping this entire time. Got a new word. What is the word? We're at 29 now. Maze cipher. The first cipher is solved in the underground maze, so named by Bookworm Detective. According to her, it's a fabricated writing system formed by fusing Hangul with Etruscan scripts. It was likely used while handling sensitive information within the organization. How do I figure this out? If you split the characters in half horizontally and compare their tops and bottoms portions, you'll notice that they comprise of 5 basic shapes. Even an ape would realize these represented vowels. Next, the empty space on the bottom right confirmed that the text is read from left to right. If we assume the use of an alphabetical based on the characteristics, the answer reveals itself in due course. Okay. Posh, who had been asleep up until now, leaps up, her eyes darting around the room. It's safe to assume that she has no idea that she helped us decode the cipher by sleep talking.
おはよう、家族さん。あなたのおかげで暗号が解けましたよ。
私のおかげで？
We all burst out laughing as she stares agape at the newly opened passage, her head cocked in bewilderment. How do you know which way to go, though? Ooh, now I think about it, having armor just walk is like just letting them know that we're approaching. So at least letting Workaholic. We leave the cipher room and continue on our way, but the nearly identical passage just keeps going on with no end in sight. On top of that, something that's been nagging at the back of my mind is starting to become a central issue. Oh, the food and water situation.
このペースならあと1日は持ちそうなのである。
逆に言えばあと1日しか持たないというわけね。この暑さの中、それはとても問題だわ。
The heat is definitely plaguing us here. It was present from the beginning and is only steadily growing worse. It's like being in a volcanic rock sauna, We've been strict with how we ration our water, but now even that once hefty supply is under threat. At this rate, it's the temperature and not the courting Duke that's going to kill us all.
おそらくこの暑さは溶岩の地熱によるもの。
Oh, that's why it's so hot.
楽になるはずです。
だけどもう数時間も同じところをぐるぐる回っているよね。ほら、さっき見た印が見えてきた。
Oh!
どうしようね。
Oh no. Renegade Detective is right. This is the umpteenth time we passed through here. We tried every fork in every path, but each of them has led to a dead end.
地下牢に研究棟のエレベーターの鍵があったよね。方位的には研究棟の方に向かっていると見るのがいいんじゃないかな。
確かにその通りですが、私の記憶では研究棟方面へと向かう通路は壁に塞がれていて完全な袋小路でしたよと少女は自らの記憶を報告した。
どの通路も行き止まりか。文学さん、左手法の他に迷路の攻略法に覚えはないんだよね。
The left-hand rule. Every D&D person knows about the left-hand rule. Bookworm shakes her head ruefully. The left-hand rule is an ancient maze-solving method where one keeps their left hand on the wall as they proceed. We tried it all at the start when the labyrinth began to confuse us. We just ended up back where we started, making it entirely pointless. If even Bookworm lacks any useful information to get us through this place, then we really are trapped.
もしかしたら今は出口なんてないんじゃないかな。
出口がない？それってどういうこと？
僕らが見落としている仕掛けがあるのかもしれないよ。SPX やさっきの暗号もヒントは提示されていたよね。きっとこの迷宮も同じでヒントがあると思うんだ。なんだか迷わせることよりも謎を解かせることが目的のように感じるしね。
Maybe the paths that, you know, the maze makes out actually spell something or write something?
ヒントか。壁には何も書いてなかったけど、どこにあるんだろう。
It's hard to have an understanding of what the paths look like from a first-person perspective. You kind of have to go from a bird's eye view.
みんな隠れて!
It's an SPX. Doleful suddenly panics, urging us to take cover behind some pillars. We all understand it's an emergency and immediately follow his orders. Oh, it's one of those camo ones. Oh, wow. My ears pick up something resembling a whisper, causing me to shiver. I've heard this before.
何も見えないのに変な音が。
静かに。あれは透明な SPX だよ。
With the camo.
慌てずに音を出さないよう気をつけて。
The grim tone in my voice snuffs out any potential objections from the others. As we sit in the shadows of the pillar, we can hear a mechanical whirl that all of us recognize at this point. Oh, my ears! Alright, thanks for the hint. I can faintly discern a shape as the air distorts around it. Without a doubt, it's the invisible SPX I encountered last time. I don't know what will happen if we're caught, but getting drawn into a fight and wasting our energy would be worse than bad. Our only option is to hold our breath and pray that it doesn't find us. Somehow, the SPX doesn't notice us and departs. What a dangerous machine. This thing makes the white SPX looks friendly by comparison. The only silver lining is that this SPX capacity to detect targets is rather poor.
無能さん、先ほどの機械音を録音できました。音声解析してみますね。
Oh, it just occurred to me. If they're recorded with the Quartering Duke's voice, that means either the Quartering Duke managed to get hold of all of these machines and put in the recorded message in, or they were actually involved with this. So, like, they were either part of the experiment, or they were part of the production of the XPXs. Or somehow had, like, access to these and was able to manipulate the voice recording of it. Once he finishes...
これはどういう意味でしょうか?
The hint Techie uncovers is incredibly vague. Discard your theories?
セオリーは捨てよ。
It's not enough to go on. I can't tell what it's trying to say. Maybe it's a clue on how to stop the thing, like with the white XPS?
文学ちゃん、何かわかりそう？
ピンときませんね。 これまで読んできた書籍の中にも近しいフレーズはありましたが、推理に結びつきませんと少女は苦々しげに言った。
文学さんがわからないとなると、おそらく何か元ネタがある類のヒントではありませんね。先ほどの挙動を見る限り索敵能力は低いはず。接近に気をつければ見つからずに済むと思います。
よし、じゃあ先へ進もうか。またSPX が戻ってきたら大変だからね。
We pull ourselves together and set out once more, but at that moment, it's coming back. Oh no! Dolfo lets out a cry of distress.
ごめん、みんな気配に気づくのが遅れた。
どうしたの、飛躍くん。近くに SPX がいるの？
違う、そこ、もうそこにいる。
まさか。
It's right behind me. Dolfo points directly in front of me. Oh crap. I hear that same robotic droning coming from what appears to be an empty space. I'm practically face to face with it, even though the SPX from a minute ago should have passed by already. My hammering heart deafens me. I can't see a thing. I have no idea what I'm up against. But the mechanical noise continues without pause, like a hand on a clock counting down the remaining seconds of my life. Everyone freezes in place. It's the only option. We know nothing about the SPX before us or how it'll react to any action we take. Maybe nothing will happen so as long as we stay still. I have no other choice but to hold on to this hope. But that hope is quickly crushed. Blades I've seen before suddenly spring up in the empty space. No matter how invisible it is, its killing intent remains clear. It's so overwhelming that by the time I try to dodge, I'm a moment too late. Then a blade descends towards me. No! 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 Not you! She didn't even have time to talk in third person. I hear Bookworm's trembling voice, and yet at this moment, I find myself surprisingly calm. After all... Oh, okay. No. So, I was like, I'm definitely pronouncing this word wrong. I kept pronouncing it as denouement, so I looked it up. I think the word is French. It's supposed to be the denouement. Never predicted my death. If I didn't see myself die, that means that this won't kill me. I'm certain that he'll come to my rescue. Armor, my boy! Yes!
ありがとう、武装さん。
As I predicted, Armor leaps in front of me. He deflects the SPX's blade with his right arm, using his hand to grasp at the wiry parts that controlled it.
黒い SPX と比べたらまるでミミズの体当たりだな。この程度の斬撃では俺の鎧は砕けぬのである。
Chucks it at the wall. Armor presses on, flinging the SPX against the wall. What incredible strength. Sure, maybe the invisible SPX has a weaker output than the white one, but even then, Armor's strength is tremendous.
よし、このまま機能を停止させてやるのである。
It's already out of commission. Dude! Okay, there we go. As Armor approaches his fallen opponent, the air flickers where it had once been nothing. This must be the true form of the invisible SPX.
面用な。いきなり姿を現すとは。我の男気に触れ、姑息な手段はやめ
Yes,
たと
that
いう
was
こ
the
とか。
only reason. Your chivalry has scared it.
いや、ただの故障だと思う。
It's just broken. The three holes on its exterior are now visible. If it's designed like the white SPX, one of them will deactivate it, but we don't know which one.
大丈夫よ。弱点ならもう見抜いているわ。
Just freaking slices off the head of the SPX. With that, Gourmet approaches the XPS, brandishing her knife at the hole on its exterior. In a blink of an eye, she puts the XPX out of commission.
白い SPX ちゃんより動きが遅いとは言っても緊張したわね。お腹が空いちゃったわ。
No, keep your saliva. We need to save water.
美食さん、どうして弱点の場所が分かったんですか？
そうなのである。まだヒントだって紐解けていなかったというのに。
あなたたちが狙われている間に科学ちゃんが音声を解析してくれたの。と言ってもさっきの個体と同じでセオリーは捨てよだったけどね。
Is it stop thinking and just jam your knife in?
さっきの個体と同じ？これまで遭遇してきた白い SPX はそれぞれ別の言葉を繰り返していたのに妙ですね。
ええ、白い SPX ちゃんはヒントを出してくれていたのに妙な話よね。
I still think it's weird how these literally give you hints on how to solve it.
ああ、セオリーを捨てよ。スオリーを捨てよ。推理を捨てよ。推理は捨てよ。まさかこの透明な SPX はパワーで押し切れというヒントであったのか。
ごめんね武装さん、今は真面目な話だ。
Let's be serious here. Stop joking around.
実は推理を捨てることが大切だったの。
我の推理が当たるとは天変地異の前触れか。
He's like, oh my god, I was right. It's the end of the world.
もちろん武装ちゃんの推理自体は的外れだけどね。大切なのは透明な SPX ちゃんはヒントがないってこと。
So any of the holes are fine?
つまりこの透明な子たちはヒントなんて不要で、そもそも3つの穴のどれが正解か設定されていないのかもって思ったの。
Yeah, this is one of the ones where it's like the hint is there are no hints.
ヒント不要で正解は設定されていないって、つまりどれを攻撃しても機能が止まるってことですか？
その通り。そもそも透明化しているんだから、わざわざ偽物の穴でのカモフラージュ自体必要なさそうだものね。確証はなかったからちょっぴり怖かったけど、うまくいって安心したわ。
簡単にですが、透明な SPX の内部を調査できましたよ。美食さんの予想通り、3つの穴は全て電源コードに直結しています。
つまり穴の位置さえ突き止めれば簡単に機能停止させられるということですね。と少女は厄介そうなメカの弱点を把握し、ほっと表情を和らげた。
Wow, so basically for this one, as long as we're strong enough to like knock it down and have it undo the camo, we're good to go, which makes it even worse that Rowdy was the one that died last chapter, because she's one of the people that could probably take on one of the smaller SPXs. Techie and Bookworm finished reporting in. Their findings confirm what Gourmet told us. There's no difference between the three holes. If Gourmet's right, any XPX that plays this hint will have the same weakness. Her deductive prowess never fails to amaze me. However, one question still remains.
推理が合っている確証はなかったんですよね。
根拠に基づいた推理じゃないわ。
よく攻撃できましたね。もし間違ってたら死ぬ可能性だってあるのに。
Gourmet's beaming smile turns plaintive.
ヤマトちゃんならきっと迷わないだろうなって思ったの。
きっと迷わなかったでしょうね。自分が死ぬかもしれないって分かっていても、仲間を助けられるなら絶対に。
間違いないわ。私は誓ったの。ヤマトちゃんの分まであなたたちを守ってみせるってね。だからピンチになったら私に助けを求めてちょうだい。私が命を懸けてあなたたちを守ってみせるわ。
Although Gourmet smiles as she speaks, there's a sadness in her eyes. I can sense the deep hole losing Rowdy has left behind.
科学さん、その SPX の索敵方法は何なんですの？無能さんが襲われる前に動きが遅かったのが気になりますわ。
調べた限りカメラは機能していませんでした。カメラのレンズは光を反射しますし、透明化と相性が悪かったのかもしれませんね。
Because it was invisible, it basically had its eyes closed too.
索敵方法はおそらく音だと思います。だから白い SPX と比べて反応が鈍いのでしょうね。
音に誘導されるか。
I mean, that's actually pretty good. That means we can actually deflect it in a way. If we have like objects we can throw against like the wall on the other side, then we can just have it go that way. I'm not sure whether to relax or be on my guard. On one hand, we don't need to hide in order to be safe, even in their presence. But on the other hand, every step we take will only give them the sound to find us with. This news is a mixture of good and bad. That's true.
少女は重大なことに気づいた。皆さん、早く逃げましょう。と、 少女は無能探偵の手をぐいぐい引っ張りながら言った。
Ooh, what is this going to be?
文学さん、そんなに慌ててどうしたの？
わかりませんか？先ほど武装探偵が盛大に音を立てて、叫び声まで上げていたじゃないですか。
He's right, she's right.
奴らが音に引き寄せられるとしたら。みんな逃げて！
すごい数の気配がこちらへ向かってきてるよ！
Run, run!
透明な SPX ってそんなにたくさんいるの？
みんな本当にすまないのである。我はまた失敗よ。
叫んだら敵が余計に寄ってくるじゃありませんの。黙って早く逃げますわよ。
あなたも十分うるさいですけど、少女は至極にこんな入れた。
Slipping in a retort at the perfect moment. We flee from the SPXs, trying to move as quick as we can while making it as little noise as possible. In the end, we're still trapped in this scorching labyrinth with no way out and no way of stopping the XPSs.
セオリーは捨てよか。これは俺もいよいよ腹をくくらないといけないかもしれないな。
What? Maybe he can accept his fate? Hours pass. We proceed with caution to avoid being detected by the XPSs.
一つアイディアがある。俺を信じてくれないか？
No. It's been so many hours that I don't even know how far we've walked anymore, and now Renegade has some strange proposal for me.
どんなアイディアか聞かせてよ。信じるか信じないかは聞いてから判断する。
こいつは手厳しいな。ほら、例のセオリーを捨てよというヒントがあるだろう。あれはおそらく透明な SPX の対処方法だけを示したものじゃない。もう一つ意味があると思うんだ。
その意味って？
それは企業秘密ってやつさ。俺を信じて作戦に乗ってくれたら教えてあげるよ。
I mean, I hate to be this person, but the last time someone went along with your plan, they kind of died.
あなたのことなど信じられるわけがございませんでしょ。
For some reason, Posh retorts on my behalf.
あなたが結果的にヤマトさんを死に追いやったことは忘れていませんわよ。どうせ私たちの誰かをまた死に追いやるつもりなのでしょ。そうはいきませんわ。
まあそう思うのも当然だろうね。
Man, he knows he's a piece of shit.
でも例の透明な SPX に怯えつつ探索を続けてみんな疲労困憊だ。これ以上当てもなくさまよったら、
way to throw out an
誰か
ultimatum.
命を落とすと思うよ。
It's like, trust me, or someone will die.
俺は命を尊いものだと思っている。命はかけがえのないものだ。暑さで死ぬなんてあってはいけない。俺を信じてくれればみんなを助けてあげられるよ。頼むから信じてくれないか。
先に答えは教えてくれないのか？
話せば絶対にバカらしいと一蹴されてしまうからね。信じてくれないなら話すつもりはないよ。言うなれば俺を信じてくれることがこのアイディアを君たちに伝える交換条件というわけさ。
Oh man, this ultimatum is hard.
おバカも休み休み言いなさい。あなたの口から命は尊いものだなんてセリフが飛び出すなんて馬の口から念仏ですわ。
家族ちゃん、たまにとんでもない日本語が口から飛び出すよね。
Almost there, almost there. I was like, the blind preaches to the blind. What?
お黙りなさい。私は大嫌いですわ。無能さん、あなたからも言っておやりなさい。
I think we're gonna give in.
君を信じるよ。
Yeah, his priority is to get everyone out, and they're running out of options.
その通りですわ。あなたのことを心から信じて差し上げて、なんですって？
Posh swerves towards me, the shock playing on her face.
無能さん、あなた正気なんですの？あなたはヤマトさんと仲が良かったじゃありませんの。友人を死に追いやった相手ですのよ。本当に信頼できるとお思いなんですの？
ええ、ヤ 本さんが死ぬきっかけを作ったこの男のことは許せません。でも外道探偵の能力の高さは信じられます。特にこの迷宮の攻略に関しては絶対的に。
That checks out.
なぜですの？別に彼は迷宮攻略に長けたわけじゃ。
Because he's been here before.
難解な暗号にこの地熱、透明な SPX。 この迷宮はまるで足を踏み入れた人を苦しめるために作られたみたいでしょう。だから外道探偵ほどこの迷宮の攻略に向いている人はいないんです。この男ほど誰かを苦しめることが得意な探偵はいませんから。
褒めてもらえて強烈の至り。
No one is better than Renegade Detective at spreading misery. Oh my god. I am in misery. Which also means that no one is better equipped to solving this devilish maze. We're gonna need to trust our least trustworthy companion. It's a tough choice, but I'll follow Rowdy's advice and go with my gut on this.
外道探偵、
Ooh.
君を信じるからアイディアを教えてよ。
It's kind of messed up. He's trusting the instincts and the know-how of the person that this person killed to trust this person.
やっぱり君は
Oh no.
そそるよ、無能くん。お願いしたい内容は実にシンプルさ。
He's gonna say die for me or some stupid
俺
thing
を
like
信
that.
じられるなら例の研究棟に向かう通路の袋小路で待機させてくれ。そして俺が待機する数時間 SPX の注意を引きつけていてほしい。
Let me stand by the dead end that's supposed to lead to the facility. How do you know which one that is? In the meantime, I want you to keep the XPXs occupied for a few hours.
数時間も SPX の注意を引きつけろ？そんなこと無理に決まっているじゃありませんの。死ねと言っているようなものですわ。
分かった。君の言う通りにするよ。
無能殿、我々も協力するのである。
この4人なら時間稼ぎも難しくはないでしょう。
無能くんは絶対に死なせたりしないよ。
皆さん、
私も参加しますと少女は作戦に志願した。
僕もその
Ooh. Techie, like, he's willing, but he's like, oh man, this, I don't know. This idea's not that great. And Posh is like, the heck, bro?
もちろんリーダーである私も参加いたしますわ。当然ですわよね。
いや、3人には外道探偵のそばにいて彼の動向を伺っておいてほしいんです。外道探偵が何を企んでいるのかすぐそばで見極めてください。
いいね、そそる展開だ。じゃあみんな数時間後にまた生きて会おうね。おっと、一番大事なことを言い忘れていたよ。時間を稼いでいる間身を隠したりするのはいいが、絶対に壁や柱には触れないでくれ。
Don't touch any of the walls or pillars.
壁や柱に？それはどうして？
それが攻略方法なんだよ。
Just trust me, bro. That hardly answers a question, but we decide to go along with Renegade's instructions. I have no idea what he's gonna pull. What would it be with the walls and stuff? We return to the cipher room and start banging on the walls, just as we've been doing to all the walls on the way over. The invisible XPSs should have been approaching soon, given that they track sound. From there, all we have to do is destroy them one by one.
透明な SPX は僕が見つけてみせるよ。
我は SPX の攻撃を食らっても決して死にはしない。
撃退はお姉さんに任せてね。ヒントさえわかればどんな子だって機能停止させちゃうわ。
皆さん、
How do we get the hint
あり
then?
がとうございます。
if Techie isn't here. The mechanical clamor of the XPS draws near. I feel a cold bead of sweat run on my skin. There's no choice. We have to do this. Whatever happens, we're making it through these next few hours. Okay. What? Oh! This is the investigation section? What? The invisible XPX approaches. The invisible XPX approaches. Detectives can expect to discover its hidden location. Once the XPX is revealed, it makes make inferences to destroy it. Anyone left within its range will die. Rely on armor if things get dire. His sturdy defenses are impervious to its attacks. Use him as a shield and survive until the time specified by Renegade Detective. Holy crap! This is not a predicament I expected at all. Oh god, I have no idea how to even approach this, to be honest.
どうしたの？ 調査は僕に任せて。
Still preliminary to investigate this area. Ah! This info hasn't been logged yet. Okay, we didn't find anything. What about Gourmet on this side? I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's go. Ew. Everyone look out. I sense an XPX closing in on us. Oh, we have to survive for... Oh, it actually shows the hours too. Ooh, in that case, we should probably stay close to each other. Do we have to destroy them? Now I think about it. I'll do a preliminary now to get the point. Lo, I sense one of those electronic contraptions. No surprise attack shall catch me unawares. New information. And I think there was probably one here too. Ooh, okay, so this thing has a range of pretty decent range actually. Okay. Nary a scratch. Oh crap. Everyone look out, I sense an XPX closing in on us. Oh crap. Okay, so there's one like right here. We can probably infer this one. So if we move here. Alright, infer this one. And we'll have him infer this one as well. Actually, what is Gourmet's inference? Ooh, that's actually pretty high. I wonder if we can take care of that. Ah, we ran into something. But it's okay, we can infer it. Oh my god. We can't infer it, no! Well, that is GG for me. I thought I'd be a little bit closer. Damn it! Well, I am dead. I care not whence our foes come. I shall protect you all. I cannot suffer to see another one of my dear allies fall before mine eyes. Meanwhile, on the other side... Yeah. Okay, so if you walk into it, we can... Okay, I thought we had to detect it. Oh, okay. No, whoops, I got caught up in the range this time. Oh, man, this is going to be rougher than I thought. Okay, we're now on the third turn. So there's something up there and something there. Okay, this is kind of rough, to be honest. Okay, it seems like there's one more thing here. I think we maybe we should kill it. So I'm gonna try to run into it and inspect this area because I believe it was around here. With the preliminary, we can hopefully watch this and then, yes. Oh, thank God it's within range. And like this, we should get rid of this one. And that will be the end of it, I believe. No hard feelings, but this is the end. I don't want any more victims like Rowdy. And I think that is the end, actually. So I'm just gonna investigate. Yep, alright, cool. We survived. Okay, what is the result of that? We return to the dead end, but where once there had been a blank wall, a new route now stands.
つい先ほど壁が一人でにずれ始めて道が生まれたんです。
Only a minute ago, wow. This path opened up.
おそらく何もしないことが条件だったのではと少女は現状について推察した。
Throw away your theories and do nothing?
何もしないことって文学ちゃんの言う通りだよ。鋭いね。先ほど文学ちゃんが語ってくれた通り、俺たちが今まで歩いてきた距離と方向を頭の中で再現してやれば、この地下迷宮が研究棟へと続いていることは明らかだ。
Yes.
それなのにどれだけ仕掛けを探しても何も出てこないということは、操作すべきスイッチはないと考えたのさ。
Okay. He's saying there's got to be a mechanism to open it, but it's just not here, so we do nothing because there is no mechanism.
それを踏まえて SPX が出したセオリーを捨てよというヒントを考えると、迷路の攻略法で最も有名な方法しか思い浮かばなかった。
Which one?
それってもしかして壁を触れながら進む左手法のこと？
ビンゴ。その通りだよ、ヒーくん。俺たちもここまでたどり着くのに左手法を使ってきたよね。いや、有名だからきっと多くの人は使うだろう。さらに透明な SPX までいて柱に身を隠すことも多い迷宮なんだ。普通に探索をしていれば自然と壁に触れてしまうのは仕方がないことさ。
Navigating this place means you're bound to touch a wall.
性格が悪い迷宮ですわね。芸道さん以外には解けなくて当然ですわ。
This is really weird. I don't know if I really get the logic of this.
照れるな。そんなに褒めないでくれよ。
So they designed this maze so that this path would only open if you don't touch any of the walls for a few hours.
皮肉でございますわ。ムキー。
とにかくこれで先へ進めるね。ありがとう、下道探偵。君を信じてよかったよ。
Renegade Detective looks surprised at my gratitude.
俺にまでお礼を言うなんて殊勝な心がけだね。大したものだよ。
君のことも僕は仲間だって思ってるよ。これからも信じたいって思ってる。だから君の本心を僕たちに話してほしいんだ。仲間同士で騙し合いなんて絶対におかしい。間違ってるって思うから。
Are we going to change him? Is he going to open up? I get the feeling the answer is no.
勘違いをしないでくれ。俺がここまで語ってきた言葉に一切嘘はないよ。
Is that true? I think that's true. He's been very misleading and very conniving, but I think everything he said is true.
俺は心から命を尊く重いものだと思っている。殺人に及んだ者には奪った命を背負う義務があるんだ。その義務を軽んじる八つ咲公は許せない。俺は俺の信念に反する八つ咲公に報いを与えるためなら何だってやるし、何だって犠牲にするというだけさ。
He just has a very warped way of seeing life. So everything he's saying, although it seems contradictory to some with common sense, is actually true to him.
たとえそれが仲間であってもね。
In a flash, Renegade Detective face turns serious. He must be sincere. I see none of his usual mirth before me. Renegade Detective, the cruelest member of the DA. Even now, I can't get a grasp on his convictions.
なら先に進もう。ここから脱出して八つ咲公と戦うために。
ああ、共に八つ咲公と戦えることを心から願っているよ、無能くん。
Ooh, we got a pillar. I see a familiar room up ahead. Every side leads to a dead end. It doesn't take me long to guess that there must be a cipher in here.
また謎解きですの。
家族殿、しっかりするのである。
Armor catches Posh as he involuntarily totters.
家族ちゃん、ひどい顔色ね。栄養が足りていない証拠だわ。
そういえば家族さんはあまり食事もとっていませんでしたしね。
My clock reads 20 o'clock, so it's 8 o'clock. We've been walking for an entire day. No wonder Posh is all shaky. She's been pushing herself too hard since last night.
先ほどまで歩いていた場所よりはずっと涼しいですね。熱源の付近を通り過ぎたということでしょうか。
もうここから離れたくないと少女の口から本音が漏れ出した。
Letting her true feelings show.
能くん、今日はもう休憩にしたらどうかな。慌てずにゆっくりと暗号を解こうよ。
Can you take a look at it first and then relax? Everyone else looks exhausted too. Only Renegade Detective is smiling. Doleful's right. We should take a break for now.
そうだね。暗号の内容だけ確認して、
Yeah.
今日はもう休もう。今回の暗号はこれみたいだよ。
Renegade Detective, who has distanced himself from the rest of us, points towards a wall. Clockwise? Not really sure what this is saying. Upon approaching it, I once again see a collection of bizarre shapes drawn on its surface.
3つの矢印。これは一体。
Now that he says that they're arrows, I feel like they're not, even though I originally thought they were arrows as well. Well, that's a weird cipher. Oh, we have a dream with Saika. I can hear a girl's voice from afar. Oh, were we the one that actually got sliced? A girl is crying next to me. She's calling out my name. I want to reply, but my body won't budge. My strength is pouring out of me like water draining from the tub. Could this be what dying feels like? A mechanical thrumming drowns out the girl's voice. Ugh! I leap out in a panic, the artificial noise ringing in my ears. But when I check my surroundings, there's no sign of an XPX. The other detectives are still sound asleep, breathing quietly around me. It must have been a dream. I relax and feel a deep sense of relief wash over me.
君の意識が曖昧だったから私にも断片的にしか見えなかったが、よほど恐ろしい夢を見たようだね。
Yeah, you were there. Holmes looks at me with concern. Her voice sounds so similar to the girl in my dreams. But that's impossible.
おかしな夢でしたよ。夢の中では僕が死んでいて、ホームズさんが僕に呼びかけるんです。
Oh, she's like, oh.
まるっきり今とは逆ですね。もしかしたら僕の願望がそのまま描かれてしまったのかもしれません。ホームズさんの代わりに僕がやられていれば、きっとここまでたくさんの人が死ぬことはなかったから。
ワト君、冗談でもそういうことは言うな。
Holmes slides close to me as she speaks.
私の代わりがいないように、君の代わりもいない。私に代わって君が死ぬなどありえないし、あってもいけないことだよ。
でも、ホームズさんは世界一の探偵じゃないですか。僕みたいな何も取り柄がない無能よりも生きるべきですよ。
You're not incompetent anymore. I believe in you.
何度も言わせないでくれ。10年前、私は君に救われた。君のように強くなりたいと思って、理想探偵を名乗り始めた。
You should probably take the time to clarify what happened 10 years ago so I can stop being misled.
君なら必ず私以上の探偵になれる。それまで私がそばで支えるから強くなってくれ。
どうしてそこまで。ホームズさんは僕を信じてくれるんですか。
Are we talking out loud or in our mind?
何を一人でブツブツと言っているんだい。
What the fridge? What are you doing here?
まさか八崎港の内通者は君なのか。
Oh my god. This is like a jump scare for me, man. It came out of nowhere. Workaholic suddenly appears before me.
いつの間にどこからこの部屋へ。
I look at the wall with the cipher, but the passage is shut. Was he hiding in one of those passages that we came through?
内通者って何を言っているんですか。僕たちの中にそんな人はいませんよ。
I answer as calmly as I can while taking a defensive stance. There's no need for Workaholic to hide his past now. If he wants to kill us, he can do so without hesitation. I can't let my guard slip.
安心してくれ。君たちに危害を加えるつもりはないよ。外道探偵はどこへ行ったんだい。彼と話し合いたいから来たというのに。 会えないのは残念だよ。
Now that he mentions it, I don't see a trace of Renegade anywhere. I'm still a bit rattled, but this is a good opportunity to ask Workaholic about something that has been gnawing at me.
さあ、どこへ行ったんですかね。知りたかったら僕の質問に答えてください。
I try to still my thundering heartbeat. Each word from my mouth takes my full concentration.
10年前、どうして僕やホームズさんは誘拐されたんですか。なんでこんな地下迷宮に放り込まれたんですか。真相を教えてください、社畜さん。いや、鬼畜探偵。
Oh man, you know what? This is a dick move once more, but I think I'm gonna stop here for today. We finally managed to reach Workaholic, kind of. He kind of ambushed us actually, but he thinks there's a mole in the group. That means there's someone in our group that we probably can't trust. I think he's probably right about that. Even though he just killed someone, I feel like he is trying to his best to save everyone, even if it may or may not be right. So he thought there was a mole, and I guess maybe he thought it was Renegade. Maybe he's suspecting the kids from 10 years ago now, especially because, well, Renegade is Renegade, and Watto is, well, he's developing extremely quickly. Over the past 6 days, he's already become a relatively competent detective. I don't even know if we had any assistance from Ideal in the last case, other than helping us steal our resolve. It wasn't for any actual detective work, it was for emotional support. So yeah, we finally have a one-on-one conversation with him, and that's we're gonna find out what they talk about next time. But until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!